Retirement crisis in America for countless people who can't survive on Social Security alone. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance put out by Business Insider and written by Noah Scheidlauer, titled, "A Boomer Gets Just $1,056 a Month in Social Security and Works as a Bus Driver. I don't see myself being able to retire, but I'm grateful and healthy." The author of this article referenced a 68-year-old woman from Alabama who lives off $1,056 a month in Social Security, plus what she makes from being a bus driver. She said that she may never retire. Well, my friends, this woman is not alone. There are countless Americans right now who are not receiving much money from Social Security, and they are still working. Many stand no chance of being able to survive without a job, plus what they get from Social Security. Based on everything I read on a regular basis, I think this is going to be the situation for countless Americans moving forward. Some may want to stop working, but they won't be able to afford to do so. Some who stopped working may have to go back to work because their buying power is being eroded by inflation, and the cost of living adjustments provided by Social Security may not be keeping pace with the true cost of goods and services. Here's what worries me the most. What is going to happen when some individuals reach an age where their mind or body no longer permit them to keep working? As humans, we deteriorate as we age. I know there are stories out there of people who are 100 years old and still working, and they enjoy what they do. For example, I uploaded a video previously about a 100-year-old woman who still works 50 hours per week in her family-owned grocery store in New Jersey. Unfortunately, this is not going to be possible for everyone. Some people wore out their bodies doing physical labor their entire lives. Many can't continue working due to this. What are people like this going to do if they can't survive on Social Security alone? The fact is, countless Americans have no pension and no retirement savings. Some have no family to rely on for financial support. This is a sad state of affairs, but it is the cold, hard truth. Getting back to the article, the woman referenced has been working hard since she was 12 years old. She's been a chef, a convenience store general manager, and a bus driver. I'm sure she has served humanity as she worked in those different careers. Now she is at an age where some fortunate people are able to retire and enjoy their golden years doing whatever they feel like, but she is still working. I want to share the section of this article that most resonated with me. She said, and I'll quote, "I've always worked for what I needed or wanted with no public or government assistance, but people who have not worked have very nice housing. Our world is confused. They reward the ones who will do nothing, who do not pay their bills on time, and not those who are school teachers who gave the system 50 years of their lives. I know teachers who knew exactly how many times a month they could wash their clothes to maintain their electric bills." Well, my friends, her words are powerful, and I can relate. When I graduated from college with a master's degree, my first salary as a teacher was $29,000. I lived with multiple roommates in a small rental, and I didn't even have air conditioning for a while. This was an old property, and it wasn't glamorous at all. That same year, I remember a public housing complex opening in the city. It was in the news, so I drove by it to check it out. These were townhouse-style properties that were built brand new. They all had perfect landscaping, and they had screened-in porches. They also had double-pane windows and beautiful architectural details on the exterior. They also all had air conditioning. I knew this because I could see the units sitting outside on the concrete pads. I remember feeling frustrated back then that some people who weren't working got to live in these brand new homes with central air conditioning by themselves, and I was sharing a dumpy rental with no air conditioning with several roommates, all while I was working full-time as a teacher with a master's degree. I could have upgraded my living situation back then, but I refused to go into debt to pay for my Ph.D. Most of my free cash went to pay for my tuition and books. This was one of the many things in my life around that era that made me take control of my future destiny. It was during this era that I started learning everything I could about rental real estate. I started buying rental properties and making whatever sacrifices that were necessary so I could make the business a success. I admire the woman in this article who has been working hard her whole life. Based on the types of jobs mentioned in the article, she likely never has had great earnings during her working career, which is probably why her Social Security check is so low right now. I'm happy that she is able to keep working and support herself. I hope that continues for years into the future. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. Please understand, these are what commenters think and not what I think. Sometimes people can be a bit harsh. The first commenter said, "She came into adulthood during the most prosperous time in this country, and unlike the men of her generation, she didn't have to go to Vietnam. If she is broke, it is on her. She should have bought a house in 1985 when it would have cost her around $60,000, and now it would be worth about $400,000. The next commenter said, "It upsets me that the government will not assist the elderly. However, our tax dollars are helping those who have not worked and those who do not want to work. They get welfare, food stamps, and free housing. As an elder, I think we should be better taken care of in our golden years." The next comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "It's criminal that the richest country in the world can't support poor people who have worked their entire life and can't afford to retire. Shameful." The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "Go to the Philippines and you will be okay with $1,000 a month." This is not the first time that I've heard this type of recommendation. There have been several people here on the channel who have talked about moving to other countries where the cost of living is less. One person said he lives in Southeast Asia right now and loves it. I think this would be incredibly hard to do if you have family members in America that you would be leaving behind. You wouldn't get to see them much due to the distance and the flight cost. I'm curious, what do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.